Good afternoon. So this is a first. I've done double headers before, but never gone on the Friday night to offload the car. So we're making a big weekend of this one. Welcome then to Harewood. So Harewood, for me, one of the big three. Prescott did that for the first time this year, really enjoyed that. Loughton Park, fantastic as ever. And then you've got Harewood, all good distances, lots of corners, thoroughly engaging, lefts, rights, and all have their little unique things that just make them special. And for me at Harewood, it's this, turning right down there and then accelerating through these buildings into this fast sweeping left into the final part of the corner. But when you go through those buildings, you get all the echo of the exhaust come back around and fill the cockpit full of noise. Absolutely incredible. So the course then, starting part way down the hill. Part way meaning you start by going downhill all the way to the bottom, right down there in the distance. Then you swing it back, you go across, back up, come through the buildings, and then into the final climb up to the finish line. This is the season finale then. This is the last two events that I'm going to be doing in 2025. There is one more in Eelmore, but that being right down south. It's a fairly big trek for me from the Midlands, so won't be doing that this year. So all to play for still in the championship. Mathematically, the results from the next 2 days will determine where I fall finally in the championship. Hopefully in the top three, but let's see. Fantastic flat start here at Harewood, good tarmac, got some concrete here for lots of grip, so expecting some good takeoffs here. Straight down as far as the eye can see, then we'll get up into second gear at least, and then we're into our first 90 right. Known for the wind and rain here in the north of England. We're between Harrogate and Leeds, and it's the back end of the year, so the weather forecast, despite having some really great weather around this weekend, is not looking so bright. So expecting some wet conditions tomorrow, and I've got my fingers crossed that it might dry up for Sunday. Out wide, this will be a fairly fast second gear corner for the Midget. Berms are quite high, they're about 3 inches high, 4 inches high, so really needing to avoid those. I've always found it key to get some speed round here because it opens up into a long straight, so your exit speed here is critical. Good straight then, downhill, going to be picking up speed fast, definitely be up into third. Not sure whether I'll run out of gearbox, but we'll find out in practice. Just noticing all this nice new Armco, that wasn't there the last time I came. Quite imposing coming down here. Fantastic little complex this, really enjoyable in the Midget. So you've got the 90 right, straight into a 90 left, then back into a hairpin that comes back on itself in 2 stages. Exactly what the Midget was designed for, this one. So hard on the brakes, hopefully not Loughton style. And keep it tight, get to the outside, and then get back over to the left, I think. Yeah, I definitely remember going wide and then cutting over here being helpful last time. Berms aren't too bad here, but those paddles would make a mess of your car. So the final corner eases out a little bit. Need to be on the throttle here. We're going up to a 90 left. And the challenge on this one is you can't see it. What you can see on the camera is pretty much the view you get in the car. But you know there's a 90 left just on that brow. So target time for this weekend, 69.92. So one of the longer courses, over 60 seconds. So lots of seat time, relatively, for this one. So the first thing you get to see on this one is that corner marker there. So that's for your braking zone, understanding where you're going to brake. As you can see, it's a pretty heavy braking area. Good news is, lots of runoff. So this track, only really as wide as the car, maybe a little bit more. It's a farm track really. So if it is wet tomorrow, absolutely no room for error. You get onto that grass and that's it. Game over, exit tarmac. I think this next corner is going to be important tomorrow. We need speed through here to carry momentum all the way up to the 90 right before the buildings. So that's going to be a challenge because there is no runoff. A few hay bales up against the fence there. And it's power, power, power all the way up to the 90 right. As with a lot of the hill climbs, some stunning scenery around here. Sweeping it left, keep it tight on the inside, and then brake, brake, brake. As we come around the corner, it opens up, and there you've got that run into the buildings from this side. Fast left-hander then, the other side of the building's a real treat, but you've got to keep your speed for the long drag back up to the finish. But it's not over yet. So the good news of doing the track walk in the evening is it means I don't have to do it tomorrow morning, which is nice, which means I can have a little bit longer in bed. Scrutineering starts just after 8, so we'll get here for 8. We're first batch, so we're going to be going off fairly early doors on a raw track, so that's going to be quite interesting. But there should be enough time then to get a practice lap in, bacon sandwich, cup of tea. I think we got 2 practice laps tomorrow, and then expecting 2 timed laps. So I haven't got the luxury of doing lots and lots of laps to get better and better. They all need to count. So this final corner is the sting. It's actually quite challenging because you always end up easing off before you should do. So trying to find a braking point is actually quite hard. You've got the Armco on the left as a bit of a reference. That's quite helpful. I might use that actually. It's brake fairly hard, but not too hard, because you've got a cambered 90-degree corner and the finish line is immediately afterwards. The twist is you come in at a speed, you're excited because you're at the final corner and the finish line. It's a cambered corner. The challenge is to not go over the line sideways or backwards. And so to the finish. With that, I'll see you in the morning. Saturday morning, and it's wet. Very, very wet. So we got practice this morning. We'll see how slippy it's going to be. See how many people can actually keep it on the tarmac, and see if we can get to the time runs in one piece. So let's see how we go. in the 76s for practice. Probably lost a second on the line that time, trying to get off with the wheels spinning. So I think there's a 74, 75 possible. That'll be my next target for the first time run after lunch. First timed lap, 80.83, way off the pace. Struggling to see out the windscreen sometimes with the amount of rain coming at the windscreen wipers. So hopefully get a bit better, get back down to the practice times again for time lap 2. With the weather turning biblical at the end of the day, managed to squeeze out another couple of seconds for the final time run, 78.5. So nowhere near the target time, 10 seconds off, so a disaster from that point of view. But overall, fastest MG and winner of the class, so pleased with that result, good result, and the best of what could only be described as a very challenging track. So on to tomorrow, we're back here again. Forecast is dry all day, so now we're going target time chasing. See you tomorrow.